Hello, dear friends, learners, professionals. Welcome to Billion Hopes. This is your mentor, Sandy, bringing you AI for real impact. Today, we are going to see an amazing story. Indian IT finally gets serious with enterprise AI play. What happened with Indian IT, which is a huge sector, hundreds of billions of dollars of annual revenue, and a great dollar earner for India? There was a cloud of doubt about whether it will even survive and whether AI will completely kill it. Latest news reports indicate that there is a sliver of hope. I'm going to explore that specific sliver of hope where Indian IT seems to be getting its enterprise AI play in order. So, what is this enterprise AI play and why are there doubts about the longevity of Indian IT? That brings us to the primary debate about frontier AI. As we all know, our IT firms, Indian IT firms, have done a wonderful job for more than 25 years now of serving as the back office of the world's top enterprises. And full marks to them for this. But since the world started changing after 2015, when deep learning actually went mainstream, transformer architectures arrived, and AI absolutely broke through in the scene November 2022 ChatGPT launch, Indian IT was absolutely found stumbling in the dark because they don't have R&D budgets, practically speaking, and no one ever showed any interest in building frontier AI models. So they were suddenly at the wrong end of the barrel. Frontier AI is the cutting edge of artificial intelligence next generation systems. So everything you see from OpenAI or Google Gemini or DeepMind or Grok, everything is the cutting edge, and this is extremely capital intensive. But Indian IT has been rolling in billions of dollars every quarter. So the issue never was capital, it was always vision. And there is no doubt Indian IT lacked that vision. But our story is a story of hope today because we are going to see what they are trying to do to make the most of this bad situation. The second thing about frontier AI is about power and scale. These are massive models trained on vast amounts of data. And Indian IT would always make the excuse that where do we have data sets in India and how are we going to do it and all. Now, in retrospect, when you look at what the international companies, the frontier AI labs from China and America did, I mean, they just ingested the entire internet. They took millions of books and they just soaked it all. And a lot of that was illegal because these were copyrighted content. And even the argument given in the courts, no real legal case so far, but it's bound to come up sooner than later. The argument given is that we only take patterns, we don't get verbatim everything. That argument has fallen flat because in many controlled lab testing situations, the LLM models could be forced by certain prompts to regurgitate entire sections of entire copyrighted books. So they did it and then they distilled from each other. If company X had done all this, company Y could distill the wisdom from X and Z could distill it from this. And the Americans have been blaming the Chinese models of distillation, but the Americans themselves ingested content from internet and copyright, which is not entirely legal. Maybe Indian IT could also have done that if they really wanted to. These frontier models are versatile. They can do everything. They can handle text, video, audio, code, images, and they can produce anything. Basically, it's a drive to get into AGI, artificial general intelligence. So India was nowhere in this. But there is a very big problem now. You can make the best of the frontier model, but when that model gets into an enterprise and you start launching it for real business processes, things don't work out. Things don't work out because real companies, real enterprises work in a complex, messy 3D world where the work processes may be very different than what the LLMs have been trained for, which creates the need for a middle layer. And that middle layer is what the Indian IT is trying to capture now. And so the top Indian IT firms are now saying that we are going to help you do enterprise AI adoption. So before I get down to what is Indian IT doing with AI now, let me quickly explain to you why Indian IT failed making frontier AI models. the services trap. They were into labor arbitrage, low risk contracts. So why even take the risk? As I said, this is actually a very, very serious letdown. Neither did the government force them or motivate them or inspire them, nor did the IT company honchos, all the owners, promoters, nor even the shareholders ever question them that the next wave is AI, which will affect every imaginable domain, and why are we not there? So the IT companies were just rolling on as if every tomorrow has been captured. But then you know very well, we had ChatGPT and then we have 10 other AI models come up. So they were not into technology, they were more into contracts. R&D, pathetic, absolutely pathetic. The less said, the better. And our IT bosses were saying that why don't people work 70 hours a day? This was their mindset. So what more left to be said? Compute crunch, we could never create any hyperscale thing. The data centers are coming up now, and those are mostly for Western principles. And lot of AI brain drain. The top AI researchers all left because India does not have an AI R&D culture. So this is a warning. Even today, India is not an AI R&D hub at all. Don't go by all the noise. The fact is we don't have an AI R&D culture. And if you don't have that, you will never have cutting edge command in AI ever. You will be consumers and you will be implementers in enterprise AI. So I think we should have that very, very clearly in our mind that we are not going to lead AI, but we may end up implementing it, which in itself is a success given the situation. So the focus was more on services and now on implementation, a nation of implementers and not foundation model creators. So it has happened in the past 10 years. We have seen it happen with our eyes. So there is absolutely no doubting it. There is no revisionism happening here. Plain and simple, we just missed this revolution. Got it? So now is everything over? Not at all. The Indian IT is trying to bounce back. And the pyramid structure that the Indian IT had as a model, that you had thousands upon thousands in the bench at the bottom layer of the pyramid churning out code. Now, because you don't need so many to churn out standardized code. So you had this bottom less, and you had a bottom where you had a massive influx of young engineers who would do it, and the pyramid would go up, and your revenues would depend on how many heads you could recruit. Got it? And that is how all the engineering colleges of India also survived for 2 decades. All that has gone because now AI has broken this model completely. So what our top companies are doing, Indian top companies, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, SCL Tech and Tech Mahindra, they say that you have so many frontier models, you have hundreds of generative AI solutions, you have so many AI chatbot possibilities. We will integrate everything and give you a customized implementation. Now, if I'm a CXO or a promoter or the CEO or the chairman of the board of a large company, my job is not to build AI technology. My job is to ensure that AI gets fitted into my system to serve my needs. I don't have to serve AI, AI should serve me. IT companies say, we will take all the headache, we'll do it for you. So there are 2 ways for you now. As the head of a large enterprise, which is not an IT company or an AI company, you can actually build an AI team and you can ask them to do it, but that's a very risky gamble. So you could simply ask an IT company to do it for you. This seems to be the thinking of Indian IT. Maybe it'll just work. Maybe it'll just work. As you can see, TCS says we will do unified multi-LLM integration. We will do AI agents. Infosys says we will do 12,000 plus assets, knowledge graphs. Wipro says embedded AI, enterprise Gen AI. And all of this would be done rapidly at a very competitive price, and we will embed it through and through the enterprise. So this means that Indian IT now wants to be the implementation layer for AI. This, I think, is not really going for the top price, the premium price, but what to do if you don't have an R&D culture, at least you can capture the implementation layer. And the frontier AI labs will take a lot of time to do this because this would require a lot of human interface. So now a natural question that may come to your mind is, what all is there in an enterprise AI that these companies are trying to capture? Well, this is what a newspaper report said. As you can see, my dear friends, TCS says that we are having Wisdom Next platform. So this is not something which is the frontier AI model. They have collected everything together in one place and given it a brand name. Unified Enterprise AI Orchestration Platform. Please remember, maybe they'll be running API keys. We'll do multi-LLM integration, AI agents, enterprise AI deployment governance, integration first approach for large enterprises, combining cloud and AI delivery under one roof. So all your headache is mine. We'll do a multi-year contract and I'll take care of everything. So this is basically the earlier outsourcing model for the AI first world. Whether this is viable, profitable, doable, and sustainable, we'll know only by 2029, 2030. For now, I think these IT companies are trying to save their skin, their business, their share price, projecting a positive image, and trying to say that we are not done yet. We are here and we are going to play this game really hard. See, Indian IT is hit by two things. First is AI, which has broken their model, and second is GCCs. There are more than 2,000 global capability centers in India, basically local units of Western companies. Earlier, they would have directly outsourced to them. Now they have put 1,000 people here, 1,000 people there. They are doing their own stuff. So Indian IT actually is looking at an existential crisis, and hence they're packaging themselves as AI implementers. So one can only wish them the best of luck. Maybe they will succeed. In case you had the question as to what all is there in enterprise AI, see, you need AI platforms and orchestration. You need AI first suites and solutions. As you can see, so many things happening. And everything has to be customized, embedded and integrated AI, domain specific solutions, agentic AI and automation platforms. And a single enterprise may actually need bits and pieces of all. So typically how an AI implementation will go in a large enterprise will be that they will do the scoping of the project for 30 days, talking to all the domains. And because Indian IT is already very good at this, so they'll understand within 30 to 60 days which bit and piece of the AI world has to be offered where. And finally, it should all work seamlessly because the data ingestion and the data output and the insight generation all should be very, 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 very seamless for the whole company. This is something that the regular company CXO may just not have the time to do because the person is dealing with day-to-day business challenges and AI requires dedicated delivery. See, AI implementation in any large enterprise will require a dedicated CXO level team. You cannot hive it off to employees lower in the hierarchy than you. These companies will say that we are willing to take the entire headache and we'll work across the hierarchies and departments and domains and we'll get you a working solution. So it looks like a very juicy prospect. You are able to outsource all your headache. But one doesn't know whether it will work or not. Because this is AI, this is not regular ERP. In regular computer software programming, you exactly know the nature of what the inputs is going to be. You have fixed rules. And so for the same input, you always have the same output. The problem with AI is outputs are all probabilistic. Only inputs are known. And the machine figures out the rules. So this is a different world fundamentally. I've spoken about it in many of my other videos. Please do check the other playlists. I welcome you to subscribe to our channel Billion Hopes AI. Thank you. And there's a join button below this. Check it out. We have wonderful tiers. Level 2, we have AI Power of 10. And level 3, we have AI Strategic Review. You will definitely find it very useful. Go ahead, check it out and be a part of Billion Hopes channel. So Indian IT finally gets serious with enterprise AI play. As I said, now all that needs to be seen is whether over the next 2 to 3 years, they really start making profits out of this. Maybe they just won't be able to do it. We don't know. Maybe the Frontier AI Lab will again put GCCs in India and ask them to do this for the companies here. Who knows? So Indian IT will have to be very fast at this. Otherwise, they are headed for a serious trouble. And as people said, SaaS apocalypse, maybe it just might happen. So it is up to them now. Did you enjoy this video? Please leave a comment. Do like this, do share this, and do subscribe. And it'll, as I said, lovely to have you as a member of this channel. Just press the join button and see that. Thank you so much. This is Mentor Sandy bringing you AI for real impact. See you soon.